In the Middle East, Israel is facing backlash for its plans to occupy Gaza City. The Israeli Security Cabinet approving the plan that's part of a broader initiative for control of the entire Gaza Strip. Also outlined the establishment of a new civil administration to govern Gaza that includes neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. Hamas reacting to all of this, calling the plan a war crime that will come at a high cost for the hostages still in captivity. This unfolding as humanitarian groups continue to sound alarm bells about the growing hunger crisis and overall catastrophic conditions inside the war-torn territory. Desperate scenes like the ones you're seeing right there, showing Palestinians scrambling to reach airdropped aid, and moments later, that balcony collapsing. Just so difficult to watch. For more on this, let's bring in former Senior Director for Counterterrorism on the National Security Council, Javed Ali. Thank you so much for joining us here on ABC News Live. Javed, how realistic is Israel's plan to achieve full operational control of Gaza?
Well, nice to be with you. And the question of what will it take for Israel to achieve this vision that Prime Minister Netanyahu or the Israeli National Security Cabinet has laid out, this is this is unclear because I would have to imagine there are going to be multiple lines of effort in this plan, and each line of effort will be uh, dedicated to achieving certain military objectives. So this is going to take a lot of time, a lot of capability that perhaps Israel hasn't used already. This is going to require the mobilization of tens of thousands, if not more, of additional reservists who aren't already in other parts of Gaza right now. And then again, within each line of effort, depending on what the goals and objectives are, how will they be able to measure progress and eventually get to this end state that you talked about earlier, where you will not have governance by either Hamas or the Palestinian Authority. So, in between the plan starting and the end of the plan, I think there are a lot of questions that none of us have the answers to right now.
Yeah, it just seems as though the situation isn't getting any better. We continue to see the unimaginable conditions Palestinians are experiencing there in the territory. How could Israel's plan worsen the massive displacement that's already taken place over the course of this war?
Well, this is another aspect of the plan that may be a line of effort in it is what will be the new features of humanitarian aid going forward. Will they try to uh, have more Palestinians and in even a smaller physical space where they are now? That has advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, the security around these aid sites and how Palestinians will be able to get to all the get to that aid, and who's going to rebuild all the hospitals and medical facilities in which Palestinians are going to need to have care as well. So as the territory shrinks and you have more Israeli troops now into or coming eventually into the territory, this is another one of these questions. It's just not clear how this even humanitarian line of effort is going to look.
Yeah, there's so much that's just unknown. And there is so much reaction from the international community. What sort of pressure could Israel face from the international community?
Well, we've already seen over the past couple of weeks a number of countries, France, Canada, UK, all indicate that they either already have or will in the run up to the UN General Assembly meeting in New York in September to recognize Palestinian statehood. And there are other statements coming out from the UN and uh, other international organizations, all sort of condemning what's happening now and even the potential for this full occupation plan. But I still go back to the point I've made time and time again in multiple interviews that at the end of the day, I think it's really only the United States that has the leverage to put enough pressure on Israel to change course in any direction Israel is headed, whether it's this plan or something else. So until we get to that point, I don't think the international pressure is going to move the needle that much.
Right, might increase just a bit. All right, Javed Ali, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.